Tooby. Congressman, so it's great to see you again. Your reaction to the FBI, DOJ, and House GOP investigating why President Biden had top secret classified documents on Iran, Ukraine, and the UK at his office at the think tank, the Penn Center. They date from 2013 to 2016. They were marked at the highest level of top secret classification. Congressman, you can only read them in a skiff. What was your reaction when you heard this?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to unpack there. He was vice president when those documents were available to him, and they were in a place that they shouldn't have been. And he criticized Trump as saying that Trump was completely irresponsible. Is the FBI going to raid the White House? I don't think so. Is the FBI going to hold him accountable for that? I don't think so. And thankfully, Congress has instituted yesterday, these new select committees that are going to investigate this type of thing and investigate the things that have been going on in the FBI. And they knew about this 9 days before the midterm election, and did nothing to tell the American people about it. So that just goes to show you how politicized the FBI and the DOJ have been. And that's exactly what Republicans are going to bring forth and bring into the light for the American people as soon as that select committee gets appointed and we move forward into business for America.
So the same time frame for these documents, they were starting to set up, the Biden family was starting to set up business deals overseas to make money off of then Vice President Biden's government job. We're talking Ukraine. And there's also this. China had donated at least $67 million to UPenn, which the think tank was connected to. And that's when UPenn and the Biden, Vice President Biden, they started talking up U.S.-China relations.
Yeah, and that's what's so important, to get all these answers for the American people, because we know that Biden is compromised, and we know that his son has made millions of dollars off the Chinese Communist Party, and we know there's evidence through the laptop that Joe Biden got his 10%. So we want evidence before the American people to show that that's exactly what was happening. And while he was vice president, he was leveraging those relationships with the Chinese Communist Party for financial benefit to him and his family members. It's completely illegal. It's illegal conduct for government officials to be doing that type of activity. And now, thankfully, we have the majority in the House. We've created this select committee this week, and we're going to fill that committee in the next week or so, and that committee is going to get off to a very fast running start. Yeah,
Congressman, Biden has been in D.C. since Nixon. You know, the question is, shouldn't he have known he should not keep classified documents in a box with unclassified materials? We don't know who had access to them. Hunter Biden reportedly had access to this D.C. office. You know, so that's a question too. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, of course he knew that he couldn't have those type of documents, but we have this politicized DOJ that wants to raid President Trump's home and go through all of their belongings for things that the president has the ability to declassify. And here you have a vice president with SCI compartmentalized information in a place that he can't have it, and this DOJ is sitting silent and slow walked the information to the American people so they didn't get the information before the midterms to directly affect the outcome of the midterms elections.
Yeah, so they knew about it for months, right? And so,
absolutely.
And also, we're still waiting for the DOJ to come out with its findings and its probe of Hunter Biden for his alleged money laundering and tax evasion. Let's listen to the president talk about Trump and Mar-a-Lago. Here, watch this.
How that could possibly happen, how anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods? By that, I mean names of people who helped, or et cetera. And it's just totally irresponsible.
So he claims he's transparent, attacks Trump over Mar-a-Lago documents, but then stays silent when reporters question him, Congressman.
Of course. I mean, it's the rules for thee and not for me, and you have a completely different standard in the DOJ. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And what he was criticizing as being completely irresponsible is exactly his conduct. And what's more fascinating is he knew that at the time that he was questioning and making those statements about Trump and those documents, when he knew he had those documents and at his own place that violated the law.
You know, the media is making this false equivalence about whataboutism. You're not supposed to have top secret classified documents in an unclassified setting, a closet at a think tank that's connected to a university that's getting a lot of Chinese donations. That's the issue. We don't know who had access to it. You know, so let's listen to Joy Behar, just her take on this. Watch this.
How that could possibly happen, how anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources?
The wrong sound there. So, so sorry about this. We had a mix-up there. Joy Behar was saying we know that Biden doesn't lie. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I think he lies every day to the American people, and the facts flush that out. The evidence to the American people flush that out, like saying the border is secure and they have the border on control, and he's in Mexico and they're talking about climate change and not talking about the invasion at the southern border and the national security threat that is posing, and the fentanyl overdose deaths. He can't even get that number correct.
Let's listen to this rhetoric from MSNBC. Watch this.
There's a reason why the hideout for some of these bad actors is to go to Ron DeSantis's and Donald Trump's Florida. That's where they're going. So that tells you everything you need to know about why they've chosen Florida and places like Mar-a-Lago as safe haven. At this point, Mar-a-Lago is nothing more than just a front for a criminal enterprise designed to undermine democracy worldwide. That's what's happening right now.
I've not been shy about saying that McCarthy's protracted fight over the speaker's gavel with members of his own party was a continuation of that insurrection.
Mar-a-Lago is a criminal front to sow unrest nationwide, and the public function of the House is somehow part of a rebellious conspiracy against the government. This passes for analysis in the media right now.
Yeah, the only criminal enterprise is the Biden family and them making money off his government relationships all these years, and that's exactly what the Republican conference is going to bring forth to the American people in the next year. Let's listen to Joy Behar. We have the sound. Watch this.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief. You know? We know that. So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's partly what's going on.
We don't think Biden is a liar or a thief. Your word on that.
Well, Democrats typically accuse you of the exact same thing that they're doing, and that tells you exactly what's happening in this country. And Joe Biden, time and time again, has lied directly to the American people.
Congressman Stubbe, a pleasure having you on. Come back soon.
Good to see you.
Top GOP lawmaker Jim Jordan